Hello viewers, this is Wolf here. Welcome to Wolf's Haven and to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Almudron Plush from Monster Hunter Rise. So, just jumping straight into this review, the one thing that I will say about a lot of these Monster Hunter Rise plushies is that they definitely seem to be on the larger side compared to a lot of the older Monster Hunter plushies, which is definitely pretty interesting, especially after covering Magnum Malo. Both Magnum Malo and Almudron, and some of the other ones as well, do look way larger than the older monsters, which is kind of cool. To be fair, Magnum Malo and Almudron are pretty large in Rise, so I guess it does make sense, but just jumping into this review right here, and the aesthetic of this, I do really like how they've captured Almudron in this very cutesy aesthetic here with this plush. I love how he has like a bit of a scowl on his face here. He does kind of look a little bit angry, which just makes this plush look even better. And the colors on this are great. You can see we have these bright grays going all the way down the center of the body, and it is contrasted nicely with a lot of these oranges. You can see we have these really long orange whiskers going down from the side of the face here, which is nice. Got this little yellow ring on the forehead, and then over here on the side we got this little piece which just hangs over the eyes. The eyes, multicolored rings here, yellow, orange, and black, looking very nice. That's actually one of my favorite looking eye designs from a lot of these plushies. If we look up here, we can see that we have the pink of the ear kind of just tucked away underneath this piece. And then up here, we have this cool looking design where I've always felt that Almudron has a bit of like a cobra looking aesthetic, and it's definitely very apparent here when we have these little pieces here which kind of hang over the top of the head and going all the way down the back of the body. Definitely really cool. Even when I looked at his icon before playing against him in game, he definitely looked a lot more like a cobra. And I guess leviathans are kind of snake-like, but it is definitely like a cool looking design that they went with here. So looking down to the back of the body, we're of course going to get more of this dark gray, of course, and then more of these little pieces here with the white lines hanging off the sides of the body. We also have these little tiny sections on both sides, which is kind of cool, and then all the way down to the tail, to the ends here, which I believe these are supposed to be claws, if I'm not mistaken. I do know that he uses this tail to hold that big mud ball when he does that attack, but these do look pretty cool with the oranges on both sides and then this brown in the center. This piece looking a little bit more rough than the two claws on the side. If we look to the underbody here of the tail, you can see we have this really big brown section down here, which I believe this is supposed to be mud. Which, if that is actually a pretty cool looking detail. And then, of course, the underbody is completely abundant in this bright orange here, which does look really good. And then right here, pretty cool. Like, I believe this is supposed to be like mud hanging off his chin, which kind of like a mud beard, which, again, it's kind of cute. Definitely like that, how they did that here with this plushie. But yeah, that's pretty much the plush here. Almudron, a pretty cool monster. I've always loved fighting leviathans in the series, especially with, Lagiacrus from the older games. Always fun monsters to fight, and I definitely think that Almudron was definitely a really cool take on the leviathan design. The fact that, he could create mud walls and, do a lot of really interesting stuff, especially with the wire bug and stuff. He's definitely a really cool monster. I had a lot of fun fighting him. And, having a plushie with him, of him is definitely really cool as well. The other thing that I will say is that Almudron does do a decent job of, standing upright properly. And I guess, to be honest, he is a Leviathan, so he doesn't necessarily need that. But just comparing him to some of the other plushies, like Zinogre, for example, Zinogre is very, top-heavy. He has, a massive head, so it's difficult for him to actually, sit up without him, just falling over. So, with Almudron, it is pretty easy to sit him up. And of course, on the back here, you're going to have his little tag with his icon in that very beautiful looking art style there. So yeah, that's pretty much going to cover it here for this plushie. If you guys like Almudron and you want to get a plushie of him, especially if you like this little cute aesthetic of him, definitely check your retailers. Check the Capcom store or any of your usual online retailers that might stock Monster Hunter plushies, and then see if you can get it. It's definitely a very nice plushie. Definitely a little bit on the larger side, but, it's a really well done plush for sure. And I'm pretty happy to have it because, yeah, this is a cool monster, and it looks great. So, that's going to be the end of this review here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. There is definitely going to be a lot more Monster Hunter content and collectibles coming in the future, so I hope you guys stay tuned for all of that. But until then, I hope you guys have a good day or good night, depending on where you are, and I will see you all later.